Hey guys, welcome to the next video in the tutorial series. I'm actually remaking this part of the video because my recording software stopped working during the recording, and so I'm just going to go over what I did without actually doing it again. I'm going to highlight what I did. First thing I did is I added this line to the bird set position to set the bird into the correct starting position for the game. And basically, the set position is a method from actor, since bird extends actor. Do Control H on bird, you'll see bird is an actor. So it comes with the set position, and we just pass it an X and a Y in an alignment. The X is going to be a quarter of the screen from the left, so it's the full width times 0.25. And the height is going to be halfway, so right in the middle. So I just use the constant Flappy game.height divided by 2, and make sure you put the align.center. Otherwise, it defaults to drawing the actor starting at the bottom left corner. So this makes sure that draws the actor with the center of the actor at this exact position instead of the bottom left corner. Next thing I did was I added the ground. So to add the ground, I just added this ground image to the unpacked external assets folder. I ran the texture packer, so you just come in here, edit configurations, change it to the texture packer like you've done before, hit run, and make sure that it shows up in your pack.atlas here. Here's the image with see the ground on the top here now. And if I go to pack.atlas, you should see ground here with some variables defined. Then go into your assets class and define a new texture region for the ground, just like you did for background. It's going to be the same. And make sure you initialize it here, set the name to ground 300 by 24. Then we can use it in our gameplay screen. So here I initialized it, defined it right underneath the background, initialized it just the same way as background, and I added it to the stage right after the background as well. So that's what I did in the first part of the video. So I'll cut off here and go back to the original video. The rest of it is me actually typing the code and stuff. So, alright, enjoy. Alright guys, I'm back. My video recorder software crashed for some reason, so hopefully there's no big gap here. But last place where I went to run, just to show you guys what the ground is going to look like. And right when I did that, it crashed. I think it might have been the hotkey that I used to run. But here it comes, the game with the ground. This isn't final, it's just like an initial copy. So obviously if you want to change the ground, you can. But I think I'll end up changing it eventually anyways. And that's all I want to talk about right now. That's all I want to say about the ground. So it's subject to change in the future, because I don't know, this looks kind of weird, but you get the idea. That's how we're going to make the ground. So yeah, so next thing, let's just move right on to the falling of the bird. So to do that, we're going to go into bird, and we're going to make some things. We're going to define the gravity, constant for gravity here. And I think I just decided on 30. This is a float. And this is in pixels per second. So yeah, you can play around with it. But actually I think this is going to change in the future. I've worked ahead, and I tweak these values later on, but right now we're just going to set it to 30 so you can kind of see how it works. And next thing, got to add a state. Private state. Gotta define a state. This is going to be a bird state. The bird can either be alive or dead. So that was just the definition. Here's our member field that's going to store the value. So in the beginning, when we initialize it, we're going to set its state to state.alive. Okay, and then we're going to initialize vector 2. I think that's okay. 0, 0. I think it defaults to 0, 0 anyways when you make a new vector. But for acceleration now, we're going to set it to negative gravity. So the acceleration of our bird is gonna be negative gravity. So if you want to change the gravity, just go here, change this number. Everything will get updated. So we're gonna add a new. We're gonna override the act method for our actor, for our bird actor. And we're going to leave super act. And we're going to do some things like, let's see, apply acceleration. Give it the time. And let's go ahead and make this method. What is this thing doing? Okay. Holy crap. It's so strange. Okay, so apply acceleration. How do we apply acceleration? Let me just bring it up in my notes here so I don't screw this up and this goes faster. So to apply acceleration, we got to apply acceleration to our velocity. So we have our velocity, and we're just going to use the add method to add to the x and y components. We're going to add the x and y components to velocity. Make sure you multiply by delta. Delta is the time that's passed since the last frame. So if 1 second has gone by, the delta is going to be 1, and the acceleration that's going to be added is going to be 30. So it's going to be, so that means this is 30 pixels per second It's going to be added to velocity. So right now this is just one line. So next thing, after applying the acceleration, we're going to set the, or update the position of this bird. Update position delta. Make that method. And so I think this is going to be, it's pretty much the same thing as apply acceleration, except we're going to modify our position. So our actor has the x and y position that we can set with set x. And we'll set the x to get x. So we're just getting the current x, and we're going to add to it velocity.x times delta. Okay, and we have to do this with y also. And okay. So I think that's it. And remember, this this obeys order of operations. So the vel x times delta gets done before it adds together. So you don't need to put the parentheses on this second part to make sure. So next thing we're going to do, let's see, update position. Then we're going to have some things for, you know, when we hit the ground, make sure the bird dies. And if we go above the ceiling, the top of the screen, the bird's also going to die. So we'll just do a couple of simple if statements. So if, well, let's make these methods first. We're going to have a couple methods for private void is below ground. This is going to return a boolean actually. And all it is going to be return get x. Let's look at the align bottom is less than or equal to the ground level, which I haven't defined yet, so I got to define this ground level. And that's going to be, it's just the width of the ground, which I think is 24. Okay. So if the bottom of our bird is less than or equal to the ground level, then we are below the ground. Right? Yeah. So now we're going to have another method that's going to be like the same thing except for is above ground. And this one's going to be align top. Look at the top of our bird. And is it greater than or equal to flappygame.height? Okay. Then up here in our act, we're going to have a couple if statements. If is below, then set x to the ground level, and we set the state to state.dead. And is above ceiling. Change this. Is above ceiling, sorry about that. Then set x to flappygame.height minus get height. Well, actually the easier way to do this is set x to flappygame.height align top. Right? Oh, no, this is wrong. Sorry about this. Set y, right? Gosh, I'm confusing the hell out of you guys. Did I do this stuff right? No, this is wrong too. Why am I, man, so bad. All right, I hope that wasn't too confusing, but yeah, we gotta look in the y direction, right? Not x. What's wrong with this? What is it trying to tell me? Set y in actor cannot be allowed int. Why not? This is a float. It has a problem with the second parameter for some reason. Yeah, I guess I can't do it like this, guys. I gotta do it like this. Okay. Or you could do like set position, then you get then you can definitely use the alignment. So align that top. Right. So yeah, there's multiple ways you can do it, but let's just do it like that for now. So all we've done is we added this act method, which is going to it gets called automatically by the stage. So since our bird is in our stage already, this is going to get called every render method. If we go to gameplay screen, look at render, gameplay stage act is going to call all the actors in gameplay stage, call their act methods. So it's already going into the bird act method, and it's going to run this stuff, which is, it applies the acceleration. Acceleration gets added to the velocity, and then the velocity gets added to set the position of the actor. So every 1 second, the acceleration is going to be added to the velocity, and then the velocity is always being added to the position. So first thing you want to do is update the acceleration, or update the velocity based on the acceleration, then update the position based on velocity. That's the way I do it. I do it, at least. And then we're gonna check if it's below ground. If it is, we're dead. If it's above the ceiling, then we're dead. And we also set the Y so that we can't go below the ground, and we can't go above the ceiling. So let's run this, see what happens. And let me see if I've missed anything here. Everything looks okay. So there it is, falling bird. And then he sticks on the ground. Perfect. So I think that's it for this video. See you guys in the next one. And remember to like and subscribe, and give me any feedback, any suggestions, advice, whatever. I'm open to it. All right, see you in the next video.